Hey boys and girls, wanted to talk about a must-buy here. Yes, I think you can see it's a flash unit, and I know exactly what you're thinking because I'm psychic. You're going, what the fuck are you talking about, you crack-smoking asshole? You were just recommending the SB26 a few days ago. What is wrong with you? Well, I'll get to it if you just hold on a second, alright? So, SB26 was the first Nikon speed light with the slave capacity, so you can stick the unit out there wirelessly, stick it in a corner, like 2 or 3 of them, and paint with light, create some of those beautiful, stunning photographs. But typically, as I told you, they run between 60 and 90 bucks for the SB26. I mean, it's still a somewhat advanced flash, even though it is old, but it is built like a tank. It's made by Nikon, and we're talking running up on 2 decades old, that flash is now. So we're going to talk about another old one here. And why do I recommend this flash when I just got done recommending the SB26 to you? Well, I will tell you. Hold on, because I know you think I'm crazy. What is this asshole, this tattooed jerk, recommending another flash unit for? Damn it! How many flashes do I need? Well, I mean, you need a few, preferably, if you're going to do a bunch of shooting. Ultimately, if you're not going to shoot that much, you need a couple. You need a nice TTL speed light. You don't actually necessarily need one. If you got pro skills, you don't need a professional like SB900 or an SB800 or SB910 speed light running you $300 to $550. You just don't. So what makes this little special flash so special? Now, this is, I got a few of these. I think I got 3 of these. This is the SB22 Nikon speed lights. Hold on, that's my phone ringing. I'm going to turn it off because some asshole always calls me at the inappropriate time. The phone won't ring all day unless I'm making a video, don't you know? So, what makes the SB22 spectacular? 2 or 3 things. Price. I can snag one of these all day long for between $20 and $40. Now, it does not have slave capacity. Now, the SB22S, which looks exactly like this, does not have a port for external power. Now, most of you aren't going to use that. Most of you aren't going to have like a quantum turbo pack for powering these units and basically turning them into flash machine guns. I'm going to show you something neat. We have a tilting head here, and we have a pop-down diffuser, so you can use the unit like this. Now, I told you before about having an SC29 is an absolute necessity, which it is. This is a really well-made flash, by the way. It takes 4 AA batteries. The only design flaw that it has is the battery compartment is easy to slide off, but you can see there we got 4 AA batteries, but that is absolutely no big deal at all. What I did is I used a double piece of Velcro and stick it there, so when I have this unit in my pocket or my jacket, it won't come loose. You can use a piece of tape for the same thing. Now, you don't have TTL metering on any of your modern Nikors, but all you have to do with this flash, super simple, is turn it on, put it over into A1 or A2 over here. M, don't worry about, you obviously can't use TTL. You can download the user manual. M is just full blast for something that's far away, say between 30 and 50 feet away at f8, in like near or total darkness. Stick it in A2. Okay, turn it on. Obviously, when you get the flash, check it, make sure it works. Buy it from a reputable person. Like I said, 25 to 40 bucks. Awesome little flash. It will work on your flash, but what I use these with is in conjunction with the SC29. What I'll do is I'll put this on my SC29 connector here, and just have a little screw connector on the bottom. Lock it in. You stick this on your camera over here. What you're going to do is you're going to throw your camera, you're going to either get used to 1/25th of a second or 1/250th, or you can get used to both. Either way, but let me see if I can zoom out here a little bit, actually get back a little bit. The important thing is it fits in your pocket. It's super cheap. Now, it's only going to take you, I could teach a blind person how to use, well, not literally a blind person, but I could teach someone how to use this in less than an hour. You're going to throw your camera into manual mode. Okay, you're going to set your strobe, you're going to set your flash speed at either 1/250th or 1/60. Perfectly, I have mine set at 1/125th. 1/250th is fine. What you're going to do is you're going to do a few test shots around the house. You're going to learn at your A2 setting here. You're going to be using two settings here. A2 or manual or M, which is full blast. That's for something, say 30, 50, 60 feet away. As far away as you can get. Technically, you're not going to really be able to get anything past like 40, 50 feet in full blast on this. Oh, it's a powerful, wonderful little speed light. It's built like a tank. It's made in Japan. 20 to 40 bucks. Fits in your pocket. So what makes this awesome? Produces awesome shots. You got to have your SC29. As I told you, the SC26, the recommendation I made before was a flash that you could slave completely wirelessly. This one you cannot. It needs to be connected to your camera. Alright? Either through TTL or right here through a sync cord. You need an SC29. Total cost for everything here, you need to have an SC29 regardless. Having one of these in case I break it, no big deal. You know, I'm out 30 bucks. Who cares? I got two more of them. 40 bucks for your cable. They're new $70 for the SC29 cable. A new SB22 or an SB22S. They're both the same thing. The only difference is your power connector here, which is not present on the S model. Powerful little flash. Awesome. Secret to getting real good shots. Contrast, definition is not boom, straight on, right off the top of your camera. Get the flash off your camera. Your camera's here, you got your speed light over here, top, bottom, change your angles. Incredible. You got power, you've got contrast, you've got better shots. Carry this in your pocket. It's going to reach farther than your built-in pop-up flash on whether you're D700, D7000, Nikon D810, or D700. 30 bucks. Everything together here, used, you're looking at 70 bucks. 40 for your cable, 30 for your flash. Typically, you know, at most, you shouldn't pay more than 35 or 40 bucks for one incredible flash. Now, what you're going to learn, it's only going to look at. The only thing you have to learn on this, have you seen the user manual for the SB910? It is enormous. Most people are daunted trying to learn how to use an SB910. I mean, I'm fully capable with the SB910, but this thing, all you have to do is turn it on, throw it into A2, and that's it. That is it. You put your camera on manual, you're going to either know your functions at f1/125th of a second or f250th of a second. Okay, you're going to realize that at say f1/250th, something 6 feet away, you're going to throw your aperture. Since you're in manual mode, you're going to throw your aperture into a f8. Experiment around the house for half an hour, and I shit you not. Okay, don't be daunted. Let me look at this flash. Goes, oh, look at that ancient old turd. Well, this is all anybody was using for decades. Okay, a flash is a flash is a flash. You know, everything doesn't have to be TTL mode. I mean. It's no more difficult to learn how to use this flash than it is to learn how to manual focus versus autofocus. I shit you not. I do not lie to you. It will take you a half an hour to learn how to fully use this flash with absolute 100% confidence. What you're going to do is you're going to experiment around the house. You're going to see that, okay, that object is 20 feet away. I'm going to have to... remember, your shutter speed is going to remain constant. Now you can experiment around with 1/60th or 1/125th or 1/250th, but what you're going to do is you're going to get set values in your mind. You're like, oh, okay, that item is 30 feet away. With the flash here, I'm going to have to set it at f5.6. And now if it's 20 feet away, it's going to be f8. Now if it's 6 feet away, I'm going to throw it into f11, f16. Okay? Half an hour of experimenting around your house and or outdoors, and you will be a master of this flash. All you have to do is hook this thing to your camera, turn the bitch on, stick it on A2, and the M, remember, you can't use TTL, not with any of your modern DSLRs, okay? Your user manual will tell you that. It's not for use for that. M is just full blast, so you got something set. You got something 50 feet away. You open your aperture all the way up. If by perchance you get an f2.8 on, you'll have to experiment with, say, something 50, 60 feet away. Throw it in M on full blast. right over here in M, throw it in full blast. You're going to have to experiment and say, well, I've done this before where that object is about 40 or 50 feet away. I'm going to have to throw it into F4 or F2.8. Then I'm going to get my proper exposure. It is that simple. It's going to take you a half an hour to learn how to do this. You got 2 buttons on this bit. I mean, this is all you've got to learn. Turn it on, stick it on A2, turn your camera on. It's going to be in manual mode. You're going to choose your shutter speed, and you're going to know, you're going to have a set thing in your mind that, okay, at 6 feet, at 1/25th, I'm going to have it at F11, at 20 feet, I'm going to have it at F8 or F5.6. Depends on how you want to expose, too, obviously. You want to just illuminate your primary subject, everything else you want to leave dark. Obviously, that's a compositional choice. Something 30 feet away, you say, well, okay, I'm going to have to open up to F4 or whatever your lenses that you're using. Or, hey, I got an object, a subject I want to illuminate that's 40 feet away. I got a F2.8 lens here. It's near dusk. I want to illuminate the object, but have everything else be, just slightly illuminated in the surrounding area. It depends on your compositional choice. I'm going to throw it full blast into M, and I'm going to open it up all the way to 2.8. I do not lie to you. Do not be daunted by these flashes. It is so easy to learn how to use this with 100% confidence, trust me, in less than a half an hour of experimentation. Because you're going to have a fixed shutter speed, and the only thing that's going to have to pop into your mind is that you're going to know, my subject I'm trying to light is 6 feet away, or it's 10 to 20 feet away, or it's 30, 40 feet away. And then all you have to do is you're going to rotate your front sub-command dial to the appropriate aperture that you know the correct flash exposure is going to be at. Okay? Then you're going to shoot your camera. Boom. You're going to love this flash. 30 freaking bucks. Built like a tank. It's going to last you a lifetime. Tilting head. Diffuser. Actually, that's not the diffuser, excuse me. 4 AA batteries. You need to have, as I told you before, SC29 cable. Now, SC29 is for full TTL flash, which you don't technically have to have such a fancy cable with this flash. However, at some point in time, there's no need in spending $10 less for the SC28. You want full TTL 4 in case of the fact that you get an SB800 or an SB910 or an SB900 flash. So you want to buy the SC29 cable new from B&H. They're 72 bucks. Retail store, they're 90 bucks. You can get them on eBay all day long for 40, 45 bucks. You gotta have an SC29, as I told you in prior video. But here is the secret, must buy, and I've got a few of these, and having one is a necessity. Why is it a necessity? Over the prior flashes that I've told you about, I've already made several flash video recommendations about full TTL flashes, where I was recommending the SB800 or the SB900 versus the current model SB910, which is $550 retail. And then just a few days ago, I told you about a must-get flash, but the reason that was a must-get flash, and this one also is a must-get flash, is SB26, can be used completely wirelessly as a slave unit to paint with light. Remember, being a pro is about composition and light manipulation. And for that, the SP26, well, it is 80, 90 bucks. Between 60 and 90 bucks, okay? 60, 90 bucks, right? Can be used completely wirelessly. You're going to use your primary pop-up flash in the commander mode, and then your SP26 is going to fire completely wirelessly wherever you got it pointed. You got it hidden someplace in the sand, behind a bush, in a church pew, whatever the hell it is you're shooting. That is why an SP26 is a must recommendation. That is why this is also a must recommendation. It serves a different purpose altogether. Why? It fits in the pocket real easy. It's built like a tank. It's fucking awesome. It's only 30 bucks. And learning how to use this, but you only got 2 switches, as I told you. Turn it on, leave it on A2. If you got it on A2, big deal. All you gotta do is, boom, turn it on. You're ready to go. Bam! If you did the half an hour practice, like I said before, it is locked in your brain, okay? My flash right now is at 1/250th. I know that my subject is 15 feet away, so I'm going to take my sub-command dial in the front, and I'm going to throw it on F8. Or F11, depends on what you have your ISO set at too. Now I have my ISO set at 400. You might get used to having your ISO set at ISO at 800. in which case your aperture is going to be different. But you're going to have your known ISO speeds when you use this flash, and you're going to have your known shutter speeds. So the only thing you have to do is practice for 30 minutes with this flash, and that way you know that, hey, my subject's 20 feet away or 10 feet away or 6 feet away. All I have to do is rotate my sub-command dial on the front of my camera to the appropriate aperture, because I know I'm going to get perfect illumination. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. No big deal. People are daunted by flashes like this because, well, it's not full TTL, and it's not professional, super strobic, super, it doesn't have a little computer inside that's, recalculating everything for every parsec. Oh, you don't need that stuff, okay? People were using these things for decades, and they produce excellent results. $30. There's no way you can buy this flash and be unhappy with it. And as I told you in a prior video, getting your flash off your camera, hence this cable, is so important to get fine contrast, getting side lighting. It depends on how you tilt that flash off your camera. You have your camera over here, you got your flash way over here, you're changing your angles. You'll learn how to create beautiful contrast as if it's a sunrise or sun. Just drop a gel on the front. You want to create a sunrise or sunset effect, drop an orange gel or a reddish orange gel. You will start making master photos overnight. And some people use report covers. They go to Office Depot and get like an orange report cover, cut it out, tape it to the front of their flash. When they're done with it, they peel it off. It's simple shit like that. You think, well, that's amateur hour. Honey, no, it isn't. That's the best paid photographers in the whole world do shit like that. I've seen them do it. I know they do it. They even make videos admitting they do it. I did it. We were taught that shit back in photo school. We were teaching that stuff back when we were working at in the camera shop at the professional camera store, Beach Photo and Video. Nobody's asking how you made the gear. They only care about how awesome the shot is, alright? Doesn't have to be a professional gel from Bronco Color, which costs a fortune, So, there's my must-buy recommendation. Why? Because it's $30. A little bit less, a little bit more, depending on where you get it, how you get it, what time you get it. Awesome. Take you half an hour to learn how to use this. Built like a tank, built like a brick shithouse. 4 AA batteries. So easy. There's nothing back here to do but to turn it on. That's it. Then the only thing you have to do is going to have it in your brain, in your memory, to remember where to set your sub-command dial for your aperture for your known subject illumination, whatever its distance is. Okay? That's simple. It is impossible for you to practice with this thing for 40 minutes and then not become an absolute confident, 100% confident master with it. And then you can buy a couple of these bastards for 20 or 30 bucks. You can toss them around, keep one in your jacket. You're using your camera. Turns late at night. You got your cable already attached. All this is in your jacket pocket or somewhere like that. Whip it out. Hook this onto the front and top of your camera, your hot shoe. Get your flash off camera and start making beautiful photographs. Okay? Big secret nobody thinks about is get your fucking flash off your fucking camera. It's a necessity. It's the necessity. You can create so much dramatic lighting effects and beautiful lighting effects by getting your flash off. And this little $30 baby is wonderful. There's nothing to sneeze about this old flash, because it is made very well, and it's made in Japan, and they're fucking cheap. And people look at them, they go, I don't want that old turd, that's no good, that doesn't have TTL, it's not a DSLR. Bullshit. A current model D810 Nikon or a D7100 still lists this flash. You go in the user manual on your D7100 or your D810 or your Nikon D4S or D4, they still list this flash. Yes, this really, really old flash, they list it. Why? Because it is still perfectly awesome to use on your DSLR. Highly recommend it. 30 bucks. You can't pass it up. You can't miss it. It's a must-own. It'll make you happy. Happy, happy, happy. Alright? I think I made that pretty simple. Send me your comments, whatever. You like this video, you can send me a buck or two. You can tell me to go screw myself, whatever makes you happy. I'm just glad to save you a few bucks and give you some good recommendations about stuff you don't read about in current photography magazines, because all they talk about is the expensive shit, You gotta buy the latest and the greatest and the fucking most advanced, and that's the only way you can get good photograph. Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit. Bullshit. Excuse me, bullshit. Pardon me, one last bullshit. Bullshit. Alright, that's out of my system. Great. So, grab an SB22 or an SB22S off of eBay, wherever the hell you can find one. Off of a used film camera, make sure it works, obviously. 99 times out of 100, they do work because they're fucking built awesome. It's only got one design flaw, as I told you here. It's easy for the door to pop off, but the quick solution to that is to tape it or Velcro it like I did, because if you got it in your pocket, it's kind of easy for the door to pop off, and it doesn't hinge off. It actually comes all the way off, so that's no big deal, though. Tape it. Throw the batteries in there and put a piece of duct tape on it. Big deal. Gotta get it. Great stuff. 30 bucks. I don't care if you got all the fucking money in the world and you can afford all that expensive gear, and I got all that expensive gear, baby. I love these. I love using these. They're tiny, they fit in your pocket, and they're just the cat's fucking ass. Yeah, I knew you were waiting for me to say cat's ass, so I said cat's ass. Okay. Now, there was one last thing I needed to say, but trying to remember. Right. I had to give out a huge shout out to Bob Miano and to Tyrone Johnson. Bob, you are awesome. Thank you, Bob Miano. Thank you so very much, Bob Miano, and to Tyrone Johnson. And thanks for all your support, okay? Great. I'm so glad. I've gotten so much incredible feedback from you guys lately about my lens recommendations. I mean, I swear to God, today only, I must have gotten like 15 people that got in lenses I recommend. Like, oh my God, it's fucking awesome. Oh my God, this lens is incredible. Yeah, I know, that sounded kind of girly, right? Whatever, who gives a shit? But, I was so glad that you people are happy, and that makes me happy. And, everybody's just ecstatic. It's like, oh my God, this lens is so sharp, it's so cheap, thank you. That makes me happy. That's wonderful, so that's awesome. I am glad you guys are happy. It tickles me pink. It pets my fur the right way, or whatever the hell it is you want to say. Thanks for watching. Catch you later on another video. My next videos are going to be tips and secret tricks on the D7100. Little neat stuff to do that you might not have thought of and isn't in that shitty user manual written by Nikon. Alright? Get it, got it, good. Bye.